Good morning and welcome to my day 2 vlog here from Disneyland. The sun is shining here at Walt's original Magic Kingdom that of course dates back to 1955. Going to be covering loads of different rides today that I didn't get to do in the day 1 vlog. Quite a few of the Fantasyland rides, the Disneyland Railroad, of course you can see the original station just there behind me. Quite a few of the rides in Tomorrowland and some more classics as well, such as the Jungle Cruise. So really looking forward to getting back inside the park. Hours today are 9 AM through until 9 PM. It's a weekday today, so I'm not expecting it to be too busy, but of course with Disney parks, they do get the big crowds, but midweek is normally a lot quieter than on the weekend. So here we go, let's head into the park and welcome back to Disneyland.
It's because the only people that are on the ride right now.
Here we go then, so I'm starting my day over in Fantasyland with a ride on It's a Small World. It opened here at Disneyland in 1966 after making its premiere at the New York World's Fair. So here we go, let's go and have a ride round on this, a long version of the ride, so I'm looking forward to riding it again. Here we go. Back on It's a Small World here at Disneyland. I've forgotten just how long that version of the ride is. It's about 15 minutes and there's a lot of very different scenes in there as well that they didn't decide to put on some of the other versions of the ride. So it was great to get on it. Anyway, if you haven't guessed already with the theme in, it's time for Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters now. Let's come along for the ride. Where is Buzz? Can you see him? Oh, there he is. Awesome animatronic Buzz. What a classic. Let's go. The best thing about coming on Buzz Lightyear on your own is you don't have to argue with someone about who has controls and they're spinning. Yeah, here we go. Quite intense when you get spinning. You can change directions as well.
Now you will feel my wrath. Doctor, join me and together we will defeat Buzz Lightyear.
Start command, sir.
Curse you, Buzz Lightyear!
Good. Shooting, Space Rangers. Reach corner. Destroy Surge secret weapon.
No! My secret weapon!
Some more ride footage there from Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters. I tell you what, it really is a gorgeous day today here at Disneyland. Beautiful temperatures, lovely and warm. In the day 1 vlog, we went for a night ride on Big Thunder Mountain, but you don't really see loads on there at night. And I said we'd come for a daytime ride, so I managed to get a fast pass a little bit earlier on. So I've got the GoPro. Let's go for a daytime ride on Big Thunder Mountain, the original version of the ride that opened here at Disneyland in 1979. Here we go then, so I'm leading the operation here on the wildest ride in the wilderness on the front row, right next to the train carriage. And here we go in the glorious Californian sunshine. Oh yes. Woo! Lift door number 2. So we've got 5 trains in operation today on Big Thunder Mountain. Fantastic throughputs. Really getting through the people. I'm looking at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in the daytime over there. Here we go. Oh, watch out with the goat. It's Goat Park Worldwide. Here we go. Whee! Woo! Whee! It's good air time. Love the explosive finale. Here we go, round 3, final part of the ride. Woo! Woo! Straight past Rainbow Ridge. All the old buildings there, fantastic. There we go, nice daytime ride on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, the wildest ride in the wilderness. An awesome front row ride there on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad in the sunshine. It really is a fantastic family coaster. And a fun little fact for you, if you head over to the Disneyland Hotel, then you actually see a full model of Big Thunder Mountain. It's great to see, it's absolutely huge. Definitely recommend having a look at that if you are coming here to the Disneyland Resort. Such a fantastic atmosphere here on the hub. You've got the Main Street vehicles making their way round, the horse-drawn carriages, and of course the fantastic Disneyland band out the front of Sleeping Beauty Castle. Really is gorgeous. It really wouldn't be a trip to Disneyland without taking the Grand Circle Tour all around Walt's original Magic Kingdom. It's time for the Disneyland Railroad. So we've just left Main Street Station and I'm going to be taking the full round trip here on the Disneyland Railroad. That will of course include the changes that have been made over by the Rivers of America since it was last here, and along with that as well we'll get to see the upgrades that have been made in the dioramas. Of course you've got the Grand Canyon and also Primeval World. First stop, New Orleans Square.
If you'll be leaving us here, please remain
For the train to come to a full and complete stop. This is your stop for Adventureland, Frontierland, Critter Country, New Orleans.
So this is the section of the Disneyland Railroad that was all changed to make way for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And I must say they've done an absolutely fantastic job. Look at the trestle bridge just here. All the rocks around the side, an animatronic over there. It looks absolutely stunning. I was really concerned that the railroad wasn't going to feel the same after all the changes. But they've done an amazing job. Look at all the rocks, you've got the waterfalls. They just made the Rivers of America a little bit shorter than they were before. But they've done such a good job round here. And because of the changes, the railroad actually makes its only left turn just here on the whole of the circuit.
The dreams of a whole new generation as it moved west into this great frontier.
So all the details on the bridges, of course you've got the 3 different entrances that run underneath into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. But you've got so many more details to look at now. They've done such an amazing job. Fantastic views over there of Big Thunder Mountain as well. Next stop, Toontown Depot.
everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños.
Real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. We'll be on our way now in just a minute.
Here we go then. So after passing through the Tomorrowland station, now making our way through the dioramas. These have been completely updated since I was last here, so looking forward to seeing them. Starting off with the Grand Canyon and then Primeval World. Really do like these classic scenes here on the Disneyland Railroad. As you can see, they've been updated with projections at the back, some new lighting effects, such as that. Looks awesome. Welcome to Primeval World, the land of the dinosaurs. It's a huge set in there, I love it. Looks really fresh. There's actually a glass panel separating the train that we're sat on and the set that you can see in front of us here. That's why they ask for no flash photography, as it'll ruin it for everyone.
We're now arriving at Main Street Station. Please remain seated. If you wish to depart here, please wait for the train to come to a full and complete stop. Keep in mind this is the only station with no ramp. There are stairs only. If you run a stroller or wheelchair, please keep the
Grand Circle tour there of the Disneyland Railroad, and it was great to have a trip around Walt's original Magic Kingdom. They've done some really nice changes on the railroad, like the trestle bridge. It all looks amazing around there with the animatronics, the rocks. It's got such a nice feel to it. It even looks more picturesque now than it did before. They've done a really good job. And then the updates, what they've made as well in the dioramas with the Grand Canyon and also Primeval World. They've both been updated and they look great. Over into Adventureland now, where it's time for a ride on the Jungle Cruise, another Disneyland classic that I'm really looking forward to getting back on.
A couple things to go over before we get any farther. So keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat. Remain seated and keep an eye on those younger children, because if you guys don't, I won't. Okay. We actually began a journey here in the rainforest. If you guys weren't paying attention just now, you probably missed it. Be careful, little ones like that one. See that one? Can lead child get bleed to dry for 20 to 32 years. Sad, but a true story. Just ask my folks. Oh, hey, look over to the left. That is a 500-pound Indo-Chinese tiger. And believe it or not, that tiger is striped like that to avoid being spotted. Spotted. No refunds. Okay. Keep on going. Oh wow, look at this. Oh, would you look at that. This is completely unheard of, friend. The entire herd is out here bathing. Now, fun fact about these elephants, you may not know this. Believe it or not, these elephants right here have a great sense of memory. And I didn't believe it until just recently, because every time I come through here, they always remember to be in the same spots. Every time. Oh wow, look at that. Absolutely terrible, am I right? Worst part is they left the Jeep's lights on. We'll never get the thing to turn back over. Yeah, because their plans are shot. Just saying. Oh wow, look at that. We got the beautiful Schweitzer Falls in front of us. Now they have told me more water goes over these sets of falls than a man could drink in his entire lifetime. Zebras are actually the oldest animal in the jungle. You can usually tell because look at it, still in black and white. Oh, look at that. That pine. Last week they sank like 5 of our boats. Only 4 of those were mine though, so we're okay. That's like good odds, I think. Oh no, this is gonna try charging here. Come you guys here to try to scare him off. You see that? That's called a hippopotamus. Yeah, I know, right? Luckily for us, these guys are hypochondriacs. Speaking of good times. These guys here are celebrating something. Let me see what translate to celebrate for you. Nope, got nothing. Just, oh, no, we're gonna ambush her. Bring it down, 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 down. Spears. Yeah, we get hit by a spear. Take it out, toss it right on back. Not allowed to keep souvenirs. Alright, well, we actually make our way to the 8th one to the road. That's right there. Mr. Fabulous, amazing, still fed us backside of water. Say yay! Woo! I have to call you a little O2H. Oh, look at this, friends. We're now making our way here into the Amazon River Basin. Most of the prized possession there, Ellie the elephant. A lot of people think he keeps around just for the trunk space. Hey, well, listen, friends, you guys have a good time?
I absolutely love the Jungle Cruise. I just really enjoy the interaction on that attraction, and especially depending on what sort of skipper you get on there as well. Some are a bit more subtle with the jokes, and others are just straight out there. But it's a really good attraction, and it was great to get back on it over in Adventureland. Over to Fantasyland then now, to have a little look around at what's going on here in terms of construction. Snow White closed a few weeks ago because it's been refurbished, and there's some changes coming to the ride. So you've got all construction fence up here at the moment, and that's set to open again at some point in spring this year. So it's not closed for too long, but it will be reopening soon with a bit of a refurbishment. Along with that, the carousel's now closed. If you watch the day 1 vlog, you'll see that I put in an off-ride shot of the carousel because you had the band going around on there, which was really nice. But yeah, that's closed now. Of course, with Disneyland being a 365 operation, sometimes rides have to close for refurbishment, of course, to freshen them up, and also from a maintenance point of view as well. But just shows they don't mess about when it comes to fences and stuff like that. They put them up overnight, like it was operating just the other day, and now it's already closed. Going to do a few of the rides then now here in Fantasyland this afternoon. It doesn't look too busy around the area, but there's always one ride that you can guarantee is always going to have a bit of a wait time, and that of course is Peter Pan's Flight. So probably not going to be riding that today, unless it quietens down later on tonight where I'll go on it. But first off, going to give Mr. Toad's Wild Ride a little ride just down here. Really nice little dark ride. It's unique as well because it's the only one of these out there now, so you've got to really make the most of it. They used to have one at Magic Kingdom in Florida, but it did get demolished, so this is the only one. So let's go and have a ride on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. There's a 10-minute wait, not bad at all. only quite a short ride, but I do really enjoy that, especially the moving scenery. They're on like boards in front of you, and they move out so your car can carry on around the rest of the ride. And the final scene in there as well, it's all like really warm in there. It's got like all heaters inside, but I really like it. It's an opening day attraction here at Disneyland, even though back in the 80s it did have a lot of work done to it and it was transformed, but Mr. Toad's Wild Ride has been a part of Disneyland since 1955. That is certainly great to see. Anyway, up next it's time for Pinocchio's Daring Journey. Let's go for a ride on another dark ride here in Fantasyland. Less than a 5-minute wait then for Pinocchio. Here we go.
Liberty and exercise for me! I'm doing
blokes won't see easy life. Hey, look out for Astro! Leo, Cleo, Pinocchio's home.
Straight from Pinocchio then to another Disneyland classic attraction. This one opened also in 1955. It's the Casey Jr. Circus Train. Really nice area around here. You've got the Storybook Land Canal just down the bottom there, and we'll be heading on there next. Love how they've still got the cast members on the boats as well, and they've not made it automated. Fantastic. So what's really cool about Casey Jr. is how you can sit on the back here looking down at the track. Love it. The only seat on the ride where of course you're going to get this view. There's some of the seats that do face backwards and out to the sides, but obviously the back row facing backwards is great, isn't it? Because there's no other car in front of you. Up the little lift, here we go. So there's only actually 2 of these rides out there. There's this one here, this was built by Arrow, and then you've got the one that was built by Vekoma that opened at Disneyland Paris in 1994. That's more of a roller coaster though, whereas this one I wouldn't class as a coaster. Gorgeous views though, all across Fantasyland. What an absolute classic, I love it. Fantastic scenery. Woo!
Inside the train. We will not be able to retrieve top items at this time. Please keep everything inside the train, and please make sure your little ones are fully seated. Thank you. We are now returning to the station.
Really enjoy Casey Jr. It is a classic and it was good to get back on it, especially in the glorious sunshine. Up next then, let's go on the Storybook Land Canal. Really looking forward to getting back on this one. Like I said, that interaction with the cast members on there, the fact it's not all automated really makes it. Let's go and have a ride. So as you've probably gathered from that sunset shot there of the Matterhorn, it's been a little while since I came off Casey Jr. That's because my boarding group was actually called for Rise of the Resistance. Now that was actually my 4th time being able to experience the new attraction here at Disneyland, and honestly it just keeps getting better. Like, you know, it's even more details on there. And if you do want to see my full video dedicated to the opening day of Rise of the Resistance, then of course check it out here on our YouTube channel. It's now online. We capture the whole opening day atmosphere, take you on board with the full experience in a POV, and of course I share my review of the ride as well. But yeah, it was great to get back on there, so I went straight back over after Casey Jr. for that ride on Rise of the Resistance. So the sun's starting to set now, but I'm back here in Fantasyland where it's time to go and join the standby wait to go on the Storybook Land Canal. So let's go.
Hello, welcome aboard Storybook Land. My name is Karen and I'll be your captain and storyteller today aboard the Snow White. Before we start our journey, I would like to remind you all to please remain seated at all times, keeping all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat. And parents, please watch your children, and children, please watch your parents, so that our story doesn't take any unexpected turns. It looks like we're being swallowed by Monstro the whale, the same whale that swallowed not only Pinocchio but his father Geppetto. But no worries, friends, we're actually being transported to a magical place called Storybook Land, with a classic tale of the 3 little pigs. On our left is the cave of the big bad wolf, but luckily the 3 little pigs are right across the way in those 3 houses. One made out of straw, the second out of sticks, and the third made out of guaranteed wolf-proof bricks. And as our story takes a strange turn, just along the riverbed we'll find an English village home to Alice. This is where Alice one golden afternoon chased the right rabbit down his rabbit hole, down, 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 into Wonderland, where things just got even more curiouser and curiouser from there. It met a street rat by the name of Aladdin. Aladdin stole not only an apple from the marketplace, but also Jasmine's heart. And although love has its limits, magic does not, as we're now sailing under our magical archways. The same arches where Jasmine and Aladdin flew over, sideways and under, on a magic carpet ride into a whole new world. Exchange for her kindness. If we listen carefully, we might just hear them whistle while they work. And as we turn our page on over to the left, we'll find the palace where Cinderella lived with her evil stepmother and her 2 wicked stepsisters. Over on the bridge, we'll find the carriage that turned back into a pumpkin when the clock struck midnight. But Cinderella and her prince started by land. And if anyone was wondering all of our plans here, Storybook Land are 100% real. And with a little help of Tinkerbell's magical pixie dust, they never ever grow up. And right ahead we have the city of Arendelle, where all Anna wanted to do was build a snowman, and all Elsa wanted to do was let it go. The city of Arendelle was in deep, deep snow because of Elsa's magical powers, but thanks to Anna's love and dedication, she was able to end winter and bring back summer. And if we take a peek through this waterfall, we might just find the King Triton's palace, the same palace where Ariel grew up with her 2 best friends, Sebastian and Flounder.
Absolutely love that attraction. It's just got such a nice charm to it. The fact that you've got a cast member actually on the boat with you doing the talking instead of it all being automated really makes it for me. It's a really nice attraction, of course, takes you through various different fairy tales, and you get some great interaction with Casey Jr. as well. Anyway, the sun has fully gone down now here at Disneyland. The park looks absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to head into Mickey's Toontown now. There's a couple of rides down there, but I also want to get some footage of it. I want to document it because there's going to be some changes coming to that area soon. So welcome to a very quiet Mickey's Toontown. You've got some great theming around here. All the facades, the buildings look fantastic. But in 2022, they're actually going to be opening a brand new attraction that will form part of this area, and that will be Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Now, of course, that is set to open at Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World this year, in just under 3 months actually. It's opening in March, so I'm looking forward to experiencing that at some point. And it'll give us a bit of an idea as to what we can expect from the attraction coming here to Disneyland. Now, anyone who's quite familiar with this area may have noticed that they've already actually started to take down some of the green hills that used to be at the back. Behind some of the buildings, there's some green hills just to help with sight lines and just sort of covering it all in. And making it more immersive. They've gone in preparation for the show building that will be built behind the area, and of course they'll make an entrance area from Mickey's Toontown straight into it. So yeah, looking forward to experiencing that. In the meantime, got a couple of different attractions to do down here. So firstly, we're going to head down towards the little junior coaster that we've got down the back. So it's very, very dark around here, but you can just about make out the coaster, or at least you can hear the screams. It's the Gadget Go coaster. So we're going for a little ride on here now. It's advertised at a 10-minute wait, so not too bad. Yeah, you got like some play equipment around here. Like I said, the theming's fantastic, it really is, and I really feel like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway all fit into this area really nicely. I'm looking forward to seeing how they implement it. Let's go on the coaster. I really love how the air gates are dominoes on this. Here we go. I don't know how much you're going to see other than an orange rope light, but I'll try and turn the GoPro around. Should get some shots of Galaxy's Edge just behind us. Here we go, a bit of an overview of the area. Yeah, and you can kind of see where the show building's going to go for Runaway Railway, just out the back there. Some of the backstage areas being removed for it. Here we go. Whee! Galaxy's Edge. They did a good job at hiding it. Woo! There we go. One lap special. Vekoma Junior coaster. Opened in 1993, that one. So it's not just the Gadgets Go coaster down here in Mickey's Toontown. You've also got a dark ride known as Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. We're going to head on to there now. When I first walked into the area about 10 minutes ago, I had a look at the standby wait time and it said 30 minutes. And then I looked at the fast passes and I thought they're going to be available in 10 minutes time. So in that time I've literally just gone and done the coaster, and then I'm back here now and I've got a fast pass, and it saves me having to wait 30 minutes in standby. So it's well worth, when you're looking for fast pass for these attractions, just have a little look at the standby and then see what time the fast passes are, because there may still be some available. Let's go on. Here we go on Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. Hey, so you actually get this big spinning wheel in front of you. Here we go. Hey! Woo! Loads of mirrors in here. Themed in here. Hey! Keep spinning. Come on, Sean, let's keep going. Whoa. Hey! Oh, I've got all blue from UV.
Well,
on-ride footage there from Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin. Anyway, I'm making my way down to Main Street USA because over the next few minutes I'm going to be putting some highlights in from Mickey's Mix Magic, which is the current show what they've got going on here at Disneyland. So on some nights there's fireworks. Tonight is one of those nights. I'll be able to get some footage for you guys, but it's also a projection show and also lighting. So on the off-peak nights they only run it with the projections and the lights. But the good thing is there's projections on the castle and all down Main Street as well. If you saw the vlogs from here 4 years ago, you'll know I absolutely loved Disneyland Forever. I'd love to see them make that a permanent edition back here again, but I guess bringing it back every so often does keep it special. And last year over summer they did actually have Disneyland Forever back here. I would have loved to have seen it. Also worth pointing out at the moment, there's not actually a parade in either of the parks, which is quite interesting. However, they are currently preparing a new parade that launches next month, February 2020. Disney actually released some concept art the other day of some of the floats, and it looks like it's going to be awesome. Anyway, let's head over to Main Street USA, get in position for Mickey's Mix Magic. Highlights coming up right about now.
And have to stop, and that's what's bothering me. I wanna be a man cop and stroll right into town and be just like the other men. I wanna walk like you, talk like you, and act like me.
that was an absolutely awesome show. What a fun vibe that it's got. I'd certainly say that it was better than what I was expecting. It's not really got a magical feel to it as such, but it's a big dance party. Everyone's really enjoying themselves, dancing along, singing along to the songs, and of course the projections on Main Street really make it. You can watch it from various different places as well, like over at the River America. It's a small world. Of course, I went for the traditional place of watching it on Main Street USA, and I don't regret it. I thought it looked awesome with all the projections. The lighting was incredible, and the pyrotechnics in it were great. I mean, you know, I can see why they don't run it with fireworks some nights on a quieter night, because you don't need to. It's still a fantastic show in terms of all the effects, what they've got in there with the lighting and projections. But I really enjoyed it, a lot better than what I was expecting. Still miss Disneyland Forever. I don't think this show is going to stick around for too long. I think it's more of a temporary sort of thing. It only launched last year for Mickey's 90th, so I don't really think it's going to stick about for too long. I think we'll see a big nighttime spectacular here, something a bit like, you know, Disneyland Forever was, or Happily Ever After at Magic Kingdom, something along those lines. But yeah, it was certainly really good to see that. Anyway, I'm back in Tomorrowland. Got a few more rides to do in here that I've not yet done this trip, including Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage. It originally opened in 1959, along with the monorail and the Matterhorn as part of the Tomorrowland expansion, and then it shut in the late 90s. I think it was like 98 it closed. And then it was shut for a few years until the early 2000s when it reopened with the Finding Nemo theme. So it's quite quiet actually now around here. A lot of people seem to have flooded out after the fireworks. But yeah, let's go for a ride on Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage. Here we go, it's time to enter the submarine. Down we go.
I've been on it like once, maybe. Oh boy. Be careful, don't fall. That's the butts. Here we go.
Dive. Dive. Take it down easy.
Turning back on flights, 3 degrees down.
Catch her at 10 fathoms. Steer 30 degrees.
0 degrees.
Mind your distance to port and starboard.
Aye, aye, sir.
An amazing fact when you consider that Australia's Great Barrier Reef stretches over 2,000 kilometres.
Radar 1, surface storm ahead, sir.
No worries, we'll take it down fast and clean. All controls, 8 degrees down.
Down 8 degrees. Mr. Ray, we can't explore without Nemo.
I'm sure we'll see him any minute now.
Nemo!
Oh, science is great. There's so much to know. Climb aboard, explorers. It's time to
Some tasty waves? Sure, sure. Where? PSC, dude. We'll be like, whoa. Like, whoa.
Kid. Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to eat you. At least not all at once.
I found a hot dog.
It's not about finding the hot dogs.
Really enjoyed Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage. I'd forgotten just how immersive that experience is. You're down there about 10 minutes and there's a lot to look at. Unfortunately, quite a lot of it doesn't really pick up on the camera, but it's really nicely put together. I'd love to have done it back in like 1959 when it opened, or in them years before it got changed into Finding Nemo. Just to have experienced it as it was originally. But I think it's a really nice attraction. I think it's really nice how they've kept it as well. You know, such an iconic part of the park with all the water there. Of course, the Matterhorn next to it, the monorail, Autopia, it all kind of fits into that area really nicely. But no, it was great to get back on there. Anyway, over onto Star Tours, the adventures continue now to go and give that a ride. One of my final rides of the trip here at Disneyland Resort. I've had 5 days here, of course. I've filmed 4 different vlogs whilst I've been here, but it's not been enough time. Like, next time I come out, I'll need more than 5 days just for doing loads of re-rides on my favourites, seeing more shows, and don't get me wrong, I've got everything done, but it's been a bit of a push this trip. I like a bit more time, and next time I'll be coming for a little bit longer. Alright, let's go on Star Tours, the adventures continue.
Do you desire a place to get away? How about 3? You truly belong here among the clouds on Aspen. The first stop
You'd like to do for treats.
Wait! R2-D2, I am not programmed to fly these things. Now just turn us around this instant before we get into trouble. I knew it!
Stop right there.
Don't shoot!
I know you have a spy on board.
I'm afraid there's been a terrible mistake.
She's a spy and a traitor to the First Order.
I have never seen that woman before. Gotta go.
Don't be a fool. You are no match for the power of the dark side.
Fix those engines immediately. You know I can't swim. And neither can you. Hang on! What a ghastly place. Go away, beastly thing! Go away! To save us! In the event we don't make it, I want you to know that you have been the most wonderful passengers. Pull up, Arthur! Pull up!
All pilots, this is it.
You're right, R2. This mission cannot fail. Activate the laser cannons.
An awesome ride there on Star Tours Flight 1401, and yeah, I saw a bit of different video that time to what I've normally seen. I know there's a lot of different outcomes on there, different sequences that you can get, but yeah, never seen that one before, so it was nice to go on there and get something a little bit different. Anyway, something I've not been on yet this trip, I've been really looking forward to getting on, is Alice in Wonderland. The original version of the ride opened here at Disneyland in 1958. In the 80s it was updated, but there's been an Alice in Wonderland attraction here since 58. It's crazy, so I'm looking forward to getting back on here. One of my last rides, probably going to be my last ride now here at Disneyland. What a nice one to end on. Here we go then, the last ride of my trip here to Disneyland. Alice in Wonderland, here we go. I can't really remember a lot of the scenes in here, so looking forward to this. Let's go.
Follow the white bed down the bed. All of a sudden, I fell. Down, down, down.
Looking for the white rabbit? Wow. See for yourself.
Oh, Mr. Rabbit, wait, please. You went this way.
No, that way.
The song is like a toy. Never get to me no more. This would be a curious place to find a rabbit.
I'm not sure where I am.
Rule 42, the queen will always win.
What a nice atmosphere here in Fantasyland at night to end this wonderful trip. Really nice ride, I've forgotten just how good that was. Alice in Wonderland. here at Disneyland. But there we go, that's the closing announcement playing. And that's it, so I'm gonna make my way down to Main Street, USA, where we're gonna wrap up this final vlog here from Disneyland. What an amazing trip. It's been so good to get back here.
Oh my god! She's like, yes, of course. And my brother goes running in, and she said yes. And I was like,
You know, Jedi that don't.
What an absolutely amazing trip I've had here to Disneyland. It's been amazing getting back to one of my favourite ever places, and I thought it'd be quite a fitting end to the video to come here and stand with the backdrop of Walt Disney's apartment where he used to come and stay here at Disneyland, right up there in the top of the fire station. It really has been amazing to get back to this place. Honestly, it's been 4 years since I was last here, and I've been itching to come back so much, especially being a huge Disney fan, especially of the Disney parks. This really is the place where you need to come if you're a huge fan of the Walt Disney Company and everything that they've achieved over the years. This is where it all started in terms of the theme parks, and coming here to the original Magic Kingdom park that opened in 1955 really has been special. There's been a lot of changes that have been made since I was last here, and of course it was always going to remain a special park, but I wasn't sure on how some of them changes I was going to feel about them across both the parks. However, I've really enjoyed seeing everything that's brand new. I think Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is absolutely awesome, and of course check out the video that we did back when it was my first day of the trip here at Disneyland for the opening of Rise of the Resistance. All the other changes to look forward to here, I mean things that I've not even spoke about, like the new Tomorrowland entrance that they're currently working on. That's going to be awesome. We spoke about Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, a brand new attraction coming in a couple of years. There's so much to look forward to at this park, at Walt's original Magic Kingdom. What makes this really special to me is the fact it's the American original. This is the one. This is where Walt walked through the park. Of course, he was involved in the design process of Walt Disney World, but he never stepped foot in the park, and that's what makes it. To know that Walt Disney used to be up there in his apartment really is incredible. It's a special place with an amazing atmosphere, and I've loved every single minute. I've just not had enough time. As much as 5 days may be enough time for a lot of people to enjoy both of the parks, for me, I've not done anywhere near enough re-rides and some of my favourites. So it's definitely not going to be 4 years before I'm back here. It may be a lot sooner than that, because honestly, it's been like I fell in love with this place again. Like I loved it last time. I was so emotional leaving, but I know it sounds really stupid, but I've tried not to think about it too much because it makes me sad knowing that I'm not here. And since last stepping foot into this park, I've been to every other Disney park in the world, of course Hong Kong, Shanghai, Tokyo, Paris, and of course Florida. And then stepping back here, it really has been amazing. I'd like to thank you all for joining me on this journey. Check out the video from the opening day of Rise of the Resistance. I've done a day one vlog from here, a video from Disney California Adventure, and of course you've been watching the day two vlog. I'm Sean Sandbrook. Thanks for watching Theme Park Worldwide, and from Disneyland, that means it's time to cue those credits. See you again soon.